Howdy everybody, my name is Cooter Pickleberry. This is Florida Man Cooking, and today we're going to make some chicken marsala inside. Chicken marsala is a pretty easy dish to make. It tastes like it should be more complex to make than it is, but it's simple, it's quick, it's a good weeknight meal, maybe a half an hour at most, and most of that's just watching the alcohol burn off the marsala wine you use to cook it in. Back to the marsala wine, you can find that in any grocery store in the cooking wine section. It's not something you want to just take a nip out of the jug for that. Get a good box of good stuff. That's what you drink. Marsala's for cooking. Anyway, we're going to use chicken tenderloins tonight instead of butterflied chicken breasts. Chicken breasts work well too. It's just a little bit more work. You got to kind of butterfly them in half and then beat them down to about a 1/4 inch thickness. In this case, the tenderloins were on sale and they're easy and it's a little bit less work. So that's what we're doing. Just got back from I don't know. I was in Europe for a while working, and then got home, had COVID for a few days, and ran out to the West Coast with my family for vacation. And we just got back last night. We're all tired, and this is an easy, good dinner, better than most restaurants. I fell in love with this back working as a dishwasher at J.R. Huckleberry's in high school. Chef Junior was pretty good at it. It was kind of a fancy dish for him. For us, it's not that big of a deal, but it's really good. Thanks for coming. Welcome aboard. Let's go cook. All right, so we start with some chicken tenderloins and a little dredging in flour, salt, and pepper. That's kind of to taste. I use a lot of black pepper and about a tablespoon of salt and about maybe a cup of flour. Just give them a good dredging, stick them on a plate. I'm not going to show you all of them because it's all the same. I think I had, I want to say 7 or 8 tenderloins. We'll show you the first couple. Just get them good and coated. That's what gives you that beautiful golden brown that you're going to see here in just a little minute. Once we're done with that, we got a stainless steel pan. You can use cast iron as well. I'd stay away from Teflon for this because you want that golden brown crust. Put a little bit of olive oil in it and get it really hot so it's smoking. And then just throw some tenderloins in there. You don't want to crowd the pan, so I didn't do them all at once. I did, I think, 4 and 3 is I think how it worked out. And that was pretty good. Gave them a little bit of room to wiggle. Move them around just a hair so they don't stick too bad when you first put them in. But that hot oil does a good job. And we flip them over. You can see what a beautiful color they get, that nice golden brown crusty color. You'll see the pan's getting a little bit of scrapings on it. We'll deglaze that with mushrooms later, which you probably thought you'd never hear that, but the mushrooms actually clean that pan up pretty nicely for you. And mushrooms are a big part of this dish. So we'll throw those in, take them off, do the next 3. Now, we don't have to cook these all the way through. You get them nice and brown on the outside. It's going to finish cooking in the boiling Marsala wine sauce you make later. Throw a little bit more olive oil in there before we throw in the next pieces of tenderloin. And those go in just like the ones before it. So we'll let those cook down, flip them over, same thing. Once we're done with that, a little bit more olive oil. And we're using probably less than a tablespoon per. And then I've got 2 boxes of pre-sliced white mushrooms. They're 12 ounces each. A lot of recipes will call for just using the 12 ounces, but the mushrooms are like an added bonus. They got a meaty texture to them. They capture all the flavor. It's cheap and delicious, and I kind of like them, so I usually double up on those. If I had a bigger pan, I'd probably triple up on them. I just like the mushrooms. I think they do a great job in this dish. And we'll just heat those up on a little bit of olive oil. They're going to release a lot of moisture as time goes on, and that'll deglaze that pan. We are going to throw a little bit of salt in them just for flavor. So probably about, I don't know, maybe a half a tablespoon of salt dropped in. And we just give them a good stir, keep an eye on them. They'll need to cook for a few minutes. When they start releasing a lot of brown liquid, that's about the time we'll do the next step. But for now, just kind of spread them around a little bit, scrape off the brown chunks off the bottom of the pot. That works pretty well with the moisture being released by the mushrooms. That whole thing cleans itself. And as you can see, we kind of speed it forward here a little bit. You can see how they're brown now and releasing moisture and how that pan is nice and clean. Works great, lasts a long time. We'll just cook those down. It's probably a total of maybe of 6 minutes cooking the mushrooms, something like that. I don't really time it. I make these all the time. And at some point, though, we'll just throw in the shallots. We're just going to soften these up. If you don't have shallots, you can use an onion, but you really don't want that to be the main flavor. That's just a little background flavor. So shallots work good because they're a little bit more subtle. And we only have to cook them for a minute or two to soften them up. So this was one big banana shallot that I just diced up. And it doesn't even matter if it's diced up perfectly because you're cooking it, it'll kind of fall apart in there anyway. Here's 2 full cups of Marsala wine. I'll pick this up at the grocery store. It's just some cheap brand. I think the bottle's like $4 or $5, and you get well, you can pretty much use the whole bottle of this if you want. It's just a little over 2 cups. And we'll just stir that up, crank the heat up a little bit. We're going to bring this to a boil, and then we're going to simmer it. So there's a nice boil going. We'll turn the heat down once it boils and simmer it. We're looking to reduce the volume of the Marsala wine by about 1/3. So you want to kind of keep an eye on where it started and just cook a little bit of it out. That'll get rid of all the alcohol. Once that's done, we'll throw in 6 tablespoons of butter. And instead of using cream in this recipe, I use butter. It's just easier, and I've always got butter on hand. I don't always have cream on hand. So you whisk that in there. You got to be careful not to shred the mushrooms when you do this. So what you'll see is I kind of make like little lakes and melt the butter in that, and then just kind of spread it around real gently with a whisk. If you beat the hell out of it, you're probably gonna rip the mushrooms up, and I kind of like having the big chunky mushrooms. You make a little pond, throw a little of that stuff in it, just mix it up. Should only take a minute. The liquid in there is pretty hot. And we throw the chicken back in and let it heat up in the pan again because it's been sitting on the counter for a few minutes. So we'll just heat it up, finish cooking it in there. When we're done, some Italian parsley or flat parsley, they call it, and just dice that up, throw it on top, makes it real pretty. There it is next to mashed potatoes. You can serve this with pasta too. Tonight I was in a potato mood. That's how it looks on a plate. It's really good stuff. Hey, God bless you. Come back, see us again. Thanks.